Hello, this is Jules with Starcaster Radio, and I have Naomi and Barbara here, and we are just opening our hearts to all of you as we create this beautiful star community on our new earth. And today, Naomi is going to start with the induction of the fourth element.
Hi, Star Family. This is Naomi, and it is my honor to be on this journey with you and my privilege to receive these frequencies that the Council of Light is sharing with us today. And I'm going to be reading the fourth element, one of 7 of Julie's collections for the elements. And we call in the Council of Light, our galactic family, our spirit guides and angels and ascended masters, and we meet all of you in love and above. You feel the time has come to say goodbye to the guides of the chamber of the third element. The blue light seems to radiate within you with the knowledge it holds. You hug the guides as you head down a candlelit hallway to the chamber of the fourth element. On the door hangs a sign that reads, "Nothing exists outside of myself." The door has a smooth texture. As you push it open, it creaks. You realize this chamber in your heart has not been opened before, and you are excited to see what it holds for you. You enter the room and see there is just one guide. The guide calls you over to look at a book laying in the middle of a table. You open the book and a gorgeous green light streams out from the pages and is absorbed into your heart. The light feels warm and full of a love you have never experienced before. As the light merges with your soul, you realize you can release the programs that keep you stuck in the vibration of separation. You feel yourself expand into all that is. You hold the universe inside yourself. The light from the book is downloading you with the knowledge of the fourth element. You feel as though you are experiencing the room of the fourth chamber as part of yourself. You are the walls, you are the table, you are the stone on the floor. Even the guide is part of you. You feel the energy of all the people you know and even the ones you don't. You are the trees, the plants, the animals, and even the earth below you. Every breath you take in is the breath of the universe. The knowledge held in the fourth element absorbs into you. The voice of the ego surrenders to the victim of your mind, to the emerald green light streaming inside of you. You are free from the illusion that you are separate from the world around you. Take in the wisdom of this element and live your life in freedom. Allow yourself to completely absorb the fourth element. Beautiful, Jules, just beautiful. And Barbara, do we have permission to talk to your higher self?
Yes.
Thank you. And Barbara, is there anything that the Council of Light would like to share around the fourth element, the green ray?
One moment. Yes. The green ray, the fourth element, is a lesson in understanding how the frequencies of all things can resonate at different levels so that your perception may be resonating at a certain frequency, and that is all that you perceive is that you're aware of, let's say. But that does not mean that is all that there is. So the fourth element is teaching us that depending on what we choose, how we choose to resonate, or what frequency we choose to hold is what we perceive. So if we choose to perceive a higher understanding, then we must choose to resonate at a higher frequency. And in order to do that, first you must intend that is your intention or your wish. Then you must just forget it. Don't use your ego mind to try to manipulate or make it happen, which is the tendency for the frequencies of the third dimension. The third dimension tries to control everything, and it believes that the only way to manifest is to try to use the mind to do that, which is not accurate. The mind is nothing more than a vehicle to perceive your place here in the third dimension. It is used for that purpose, and that is all it was meant for. So when you allow the mind or the ego to control what you perceive to be your wishes or your intention, then it is much more difficult for you to reach your intentions, to manifest your intentions, let's say. So the lesson in the fourth element is to intend and release. Just intend and release with no expectation.
Barbara, I have an intention I would love to make to release with Starcaster and the Council of Light, if I may.
Yes.
So when I was growing up, especially preteen and teen, I was an empath, but I didn't realize it at the time or even know a lot of empaths. And so I didn't quite know how to deal with energies. And about 5th grade, people really started confiding in me a lot about all kinds of things, friends and family and teachers and strangers. And I loved helping, but I didn't know how to help them without internalizing the energy they were experiencing. So it was quite overwhelming for me. So I made an intention a long time ago, when I was going through all this, to kind of turn the switch off, because it was too intense for me. And now I'm older and I'm wiser, and I'd like to turn the switch back on. And I would just like to open up my channel to my divine self, and I'd like to receive all the God-given gifts I was born with. Could the Council of Light help me and all of Starcaster feeling like this with this intention?
Yes. What you need to understand is that it is already so. Your intention has already been made. Now, throw it out into the ethers and know it is so. So when you move on with your life in peace with the fact that the intention you just spoke of has already been manifest, then you do not need to think about it anymore. It will just be. And at some point in time, when you are realizing that you are receiving all of this information and it is not stressing you out, let us say, or someone speaks with you about something they need help with, then just release and speak. And when you do that, there is no connection to their, let us say, disturbance, whatever it is that is upsetting them. You do not connect to it in the way you did before, which was actually imbalancing your light body. So just know that it is fixed.
Thank you very much. Thank you for that. May I also add one thing? Can we hold space for just all the young people out there, all of the young empaths who are feeling this right now, and just hold space for them in love?
Yes.
Thank you.
I wanted to just say something about that as well. And I think you're so right on with that, Naomi, as being a young empath. And, even the empaths that don't know that they're empaths. So it's really confusing when we're absorbing energies that aren't ours. But there's something where, if we're absorbing an energy that's not ours and it's hitting that same vibration that's within us, we are going to be triggered into feeling that vibration. And I think it's important to realize that, the thing that our minds want to do is when we are hit with a lower frequency or something that's not within our home frequency, we want to make a story about it because we want to understand why we're feeling this way, when really the only reason that we're feeling that way is because we picked up on a vibration outside of ourselves that hit the vibration within ourselves. And that vibration isn't who we are. And so I'd like to, ask for the download that we can be more conscious of reading energies when they come into our energy fields, and this for all the empaths that choose to use this as information versus making it a part of ourselves or something that we have to take on. And so I don't really even want to say it's a boundary. It's more about just being able to read when a frequency is not in alignment with our home frequency, that we don't have to make a story about it, and that we can just be like, oh, that's the frequency of abandonment. Do I need to be resonating in this frequency? Ask yourself yes or no. And if the answer is no, then not to have to go down the wormhole of a story that is connected to that feeling or emotion within ourselves.
Yes. And if I may add one thing, I am being told that the most important thing for this particular type of situation is to recognize, number one, that this frequency is causing you unrest for whatever reason. Doesn't matter. And then to see yourself being protected by the light of the one God, and you will be then protected from unwanted or unneeded frequencies outside of yourself.
I love that. And then I also, going back to the fourth element and how, that nothing exists outside of ourselves. And when we were, when we set, there was something that I just was coming in as you're saying this, and it's been coming in for, I don't know, about a month now. But it's, if there's nothing outside of ourselves and we truly go into spherical living, or we live within the sphere of all that is, at that point, it truly is a choice. But I think that there is a choice. There's also something that we can kind of take our intention or our what we're asking for, and then bringing in an intention into attention, because what we focus on within our sphere is the frequency of what we'll vibrate at. So it's not a focus as in obsessive thinking. It's more a focus on reconnecting to the frequency within our sphere, so that the lower vibrational or the third dimensional way of feeling and thinking is not the primary focus. And so it's setting the intention, and then paying attention to the frequencies that resonate in that same space.
Yes.
Is there a download that we can do to enhance or not necessarily, I guess, to enhance and support the transition from duality into that we truly are all that is?
Well, the basic, let us say, the basic vision that we need to be able to stand in is the truth of the fact of where we are resonating now in third dimension is really like a dream. So if you can relate your daily activities and your interactions as walking through a dream and give it only that much energy, then you will start to understand how you are standing in a dream. This is not reality. So perhaps the download might be worded that we understand and perceive that we are not our bodies. We are only in a dream, and that we understand that our life body is our real existence, and in doing so, we will be able to distinguish between what we have been programmed to understand is reality. The difference is we are in a dream, not reality.
I'd also like to ask, just for the download for all those who would like to receive, the frequency of our consciousness to raise to the frequency of living in beyond the illusion.
Yes.
That kind of made me feel almost a little dizzy.
Me too.
That is because you, for a moment, because of the intention and download, receives the true energy of your life body, and your physical body received a jolt of energy that almost made you unstable.
Bring it on. I'll take it.
It is so.
And I really feel that. I feel, especially in this last week that, we had just this really intense cosmic energy coming in, and now it's starting to stabilize a little bit more. And though I feel like my body is still in a little bit of a defensive mode on trying to simulate to bringing in this frequency, I'm on my emotional and spiritual level. It feels very childlike and almost like I'm experiencing life from a whole new place of being. I don't know how to describe the feeling, but it's like excitement and wonder, and it's like I'm seeing the world from completely different eyes. Have you guys been feeling any of that?
I've been feeling the intensity you were speaking of. And what I've been noticing in my house is we get the waves of intensity, but when it settles in a beautiful way that brings some sort of new peace into the family, which before, when we would receive this really intense wave, there might be arguing or just a different type of flow, more negative. But now in this intensity, it's just bringing, after the intenseness, it's like we're riding a wave, and then joy and peace is following it.
What I am receiving is that the reason for these, as you put it, waves of highs and lows is to gently move you into the higher frequencies without your physical body being jolted into it. So what it is trying to teach you is to choose the higher frequency over the lower frequency. It is trying to teach you to see it as a game, an illusion, and don't give it energy. Because every time you give it energy, you are held back from moving into that higher frequency. So in understanding this, you are being educated, let us say, into the understanding of this game that we're in and making more choice to move on into that higher frequency and stand in your power in that frequency.
Could we take a moment to stand on the New Earth platform and hold hands with each other and all of our star family and feel the waves hit us and just be at total peace with it?
Yes.
And breathe in the green way, the green ray.
Thank you. That was beautiful.
Was beautiful.
Very beautiful. Thank you.
So I just randomly opened a page of the keys, and I wanted to share the key that I opened to. So it's the keys to the future history are given in the energies which revealed the divine world at the beginning of time, and in the energies which will reveal the hidden divine world at the end of conscious time. The energies will shine as brightness of fulfillment and reveal the stars, for they are the same, many and the one. So I just think that's so interesting because I feel like that's the fourth element.
Yes. And in you reading that, it just demonstrates how interconnected we all are, and how when we begin to feel separate, we can draw upon that understanding that we all are one. And just as I'm getting to something, yes, to reveal. Julie was speaking with Barbara before about animals being intuitive and how they're connected to us and how they understand our thoughts. They are demonstrating exactly what we as humans are supposed to be understanding and doing with all those around us. So animals teach us how we are supposed to be because they are innocent and they have no blockage as we do. So the lesson being, think like our beloved pets, or think like nature, because we all are one. Thank you.
That's lovely. So what if we, why don't we just take just a few, like maybe a minute to just connect to the frequency of love and oneness and put it in our mind's eye and allow it to expand into the universe.
Yes.
Well, that's really, there was, I can't remember where I heard this, but it said that 1 minute of pure consciousness or consciousness with intention of a frequency of love and above will change the world more than like 25 hours of community service.
It is true.
Holding the frequency anchors it. It anchors it in so we can call upon it after we know it.
It also makes that light connection between us as a spirit self with all other spirit selves at a certain level. We all are one. But as that level projects down into this third dimensional reality, there are many levels. And in those many levels, we are reconnecting. And in those reconnecting moments, we are changing consciousness.
I love it.
I just wanted to reread just 2 sentences from the fourth element. Barbara had just touched on it, and I just want to reread it. I just found it again. It says, suddenly you feel as though you are experiencing the room of the fourth chamber as part of yourself. You are the walls, the table, the stone on the floor, even the guide is part of you. You feel the energy of all the people you don't know and the people you know. You are the trees, plants, animals, and even the earth below you. And Julie, did you have anything on the fourth element you would like to add?
I think that the part that I would like to add, and this is just something that I've been playing with as I've been, working more on just spherical living, is that, that we can be a particle and a wave at the same time. And so what I mean by that is that we are the space in between that matter, but then on some level we are matter. We are also matter, but the part of us that is all that is in a state of consciousness that's like both at the same time. And it truly is, I guess, being everything is kind of what I call the God particle. Is the God particle is in all things. The God particle is everything, and we're all the same particle, whether it's a particle of matter or if it's more in like a photon state. So that is unity consciousness. And I have more to say on that, but I want to kind of wait till we get to the seventh element. But I guess like if I were to say anything else is maybe just playing with, instead of having everything be logical and having to know how and why, is that, that we hold space, and within that space we find the frequency of love and above and exist from that frequency. And then moving back and forth between being the wave and the particle. And just because we're in a particle doesn't mean that we have to be in the third dimension or, live in the third dimensional state of consciousness. It just means that we're taking those higher frequencies from our sphere and bringing them into form in our third dimensional reality.
So, Jules, as you're saying this, I got something we might want to use as a visualization. And I was seeing the God particle inside of our third eye and asking to receive the download to know all that is. And we could actually see our guide kiss our third eye to activate the God particle.
Oh, I like that. It's funny, when I first started using the God particle, that's what I was doing, is placing it in the third eye of my clients.
Oh, wow.
Barbara, did you have anything you wanted to add?
Only that we are given this experience as a gift to understand the totality of our experiences and to manifest those experiences in this third dimensional reality, which is much different than our true self. So it is a gift. So when you are experiencing negativity, you're experiencing sadness, pain, no matter what, remember that this was a gift. It is for learning. And when you do that, you release all of that. You release all that energy that is uncomfortable to you. And it becomes more of an understanding that you are experiencing this play, this and it is not a reality. So in doing so, it gives you the gift that it was truly made for. And that is experiencing this third dimension, and also understanding that in this third dimension, all that there is a manifestation of your thought, of your creation, because you indeed have created your dream. Everything, the earth, the wind, the animals, the plants, the friends, the foes, everything you have created. So in understanding that, it does not become outside of yourself. It is a part of yourself. It is a gift.
I love that.
Thank you. Yeah, that was beautiful. Did you have anything else you wanted to add, Naomi?
No, that was absolutely gorgeous. Nothing that summed everything up.
Right? That was so perfect. So perfect. Okay, well then I am going to move into our closing, which is going to be the exercise of the green light ray. Call in the green light ray. See it enter your heart and expand across your shoulders. The light is brilliant and holds the element of knowing nothing exists outside yourself. Allow the green ray to fill your cells, molecules, and energy systems. The green ray travels all through your body. The light enters your brain and activates the part of the mind that will exist as you are knowing that you are everything. See your brain light up with the energetic charges of the green ray. Now, see the light that is you expand out beyond your body. Feel yourself expand beyond the clouds, the stars, the planets, and across all galaxies. Ask that your particles be reprogrammed into knowing they are all that is, and that you are these particles. You are particles raising in vibration and returning to the God particle. Whew. Okay, that'll give us all something fun to work on until next week. And thank you all for being here. This was such a powerful session. I feel amazing. And I am just opening my heart and just sending just beautiful rainbow light to all of our community until we meet next week.
Love you.
Thank you, guys. Love you both.
Love you
Bye.
both too. More. Bye.